All right, this was touted. The PBKS, which is Punjab and KKR, was touted as the wooden spoon battle, which is who will come last. And somebody wanted to win one match because nobody is sure that if they're going to win another match unless they're playing together with each other. Okay, that was the problem. So I think it's a deal has already been said that first game is for one, second game is for KKR. That's how they're going to do it. Now, there's been a lot of speculation and there's been conspiracy theory because I have seen some video has been sent to me. I can't reveal it. But Shreyas Iyer, who was their captain, who is now injured, was seen hovering around the switchboard of the floodlights. And the floodlights suddenly went off. And nobody knows how they went off for. And they went off for exactly 15 to 16 minutes, which is exactly the length of 4 overs, which is exactly the length of the overs or the overs that were not bowled eventually. And then these people won by 7 runs on Duckworth Lewis Stern system. Okay. So this is
Stern.
a very, very interesting thing. But one thing I liked about this game, unlike a lot of games that we've had, the first 5 games, three have been absolutely one-sided, right? This game was not one-sided. That was one good thing. It went to the wire, and only reason the later on rain came in, but it was less of the rain. It was more of the fucking floodlights stopped working in the beginning, right? That
Yeah.
was a bigger problem. Before that, people have been saying Shikhar Dhawan is going to become the captain. We talked about it because it's like Andho mein Kana Raja. This is there's nothing else to offer. There's like let's bring this guy in. Bhanuka Rajapaksa is generally been on and off, but when he performs, he performs. So their top order did actually perform. Did not waste a lot of deliveries. Prab Simran 23 of 12, Shikhar 40 or 29, Bhanuka 50 or 32, right? Later on, they ended up making 191. That's a very, very good score, right? No matter
Right.
what you say. It's at Mohali. Mohali has always been a good pitch, right? But then they
Hmm.
performed well. And later on, I mean, Varun Chakravarti was back after a while, so also did perform well. Narayan went for 40. But then when these guys came into chase, it did not look like they were going to do well because they had lost the first 2 wickets like for 17 runs. And it was like, oh, and people like, who are these people? Mandeep Singh, Gurbaz, Ankul, and then Venkatesh Iyer was like subbed in as an impact player. And there, Nitish
Hmm.
Rana had not come in. Rinku comes in later, and I was like, what the hell is going on? But then Nitesh did little bit well, and then Iyer stayed for a while, and then Andre Russ actually hit few sixes. So looking good. Eventually they came so close, and when Sunil Narayan came in, and Sunil Narayan, best thing about him, either he gets out or he gets going. He had
Yeah.
just hit a six, which had just brought him down to DLS to 7 runs. Who is to say that another two deliveries, he could have hit another two sixes and they would have been,
Right.
under the radar and would have won the match. It was all because of the floodlights and all the. I'm just saying, the whole conspiracy is about this whole floodlight situation that happened with these people, and that's the reason they lost. I really don't know anything else, and it was just like it felt bad for them because now KKR must be thinking that, and KKR, everybody's saying like it's the worst team. Just the way people said SRH is the best team right now, at least from the pundits, but obviously it didn't work out that way, did it, in the first game? But what do you think about that? Do you think they could have won? Obviously, they could have won, but I think that momentum was slightly shifting in their favor. And I know they had already lost 7 wickets, but Shardul Thakur had just hit a magnificent six, which somebody in the commentary was just going absolutely nuts about, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And Sunil Naran can hit sixes. And it's not like a lot of runs were there to be scored. They could have actually gotten the score, but I think eventually I feel on the balance of probabilities, it was a fair result because towards the end
Right.
they were hitting, but they were always chasing. They were always chasing the
Chasing the
tail,
game. Yeah.
right? Yeah, chasing the game throughout, and it looked good, I think. And for a game between two of the wooden spoon contenders, I think it gave us a very good game. So I like that part of
Right.
it. And Shikhar, doesn't look a bad captain overall because they haven't had very good captains, have they? So it's not like they've had very great captains. They've had KL, they've had Mayank, who's been actually shifted to another team now. So yeah. So what's your opinion on this bit of a low profile game, if you may say, if you may call it, right?
Right. So yeah, I felt in fact when we talk about this is a battle of wooden spoons, but I felt that after watching the match and after watching the team sheet, I felt that PBKS has a decent team actually. I don't think we can clearly say that they have a very bad team. I mean, yeah, the worst team will always be KKR, But I
I think
think,
it's just the way the mindset because they've always like end up buying good players. They
yeah,
got Sam Curran, right? Shah Rukh Khan did not perform last time. They got Nathan Ellis. Arshdeep is
yeah,
India player. Rahul Chahar supposed to be India player. You know, all these people they're not bad. Shikhar Dhawan has like a 20-year experience or something like that.
right, right. So, but yeah, I think KKR, yeah, it will be difficult because again, time and again, it is coming to dare us to actually bail them out, and that doesn't work out all the time. It
And he's a
is
Hathoda man. That guy has no brain. And talking about this guy given the captaincy, I mean, talk about Nitish Rana getting captaincy, right? So
yeah, given Ritesh Rana is given captaincy. I mean, I
I
don't
didn't
know
even know
like
he was
how.
a he was in the top, like his place was solid in the top 11. I wasn't even sure about
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's it just feels that this season they just have to fill in the numbers. That's all. I don't see them challenging any teams much. I mean, obviously it's T20. Anything can happen, like how SRH lost very badly today. But I just feel that there is too much chaos in the KKR team. They somehow did reach near the score, but yeah, to be fair, it was a fair result because uh, it just feel, as you said, it just felt that they always were chasing the match, and they were never in, at least in the second innings they were never in it. So yeah, I think not much to say about it. Just feels
Yeah, I
that
think it's gonna
KKR.
get disintegrated. They might actually finish 10th unless Mumbai actually chokes even worse. And I think this is probably Dre Russ will eventually ask for like, leave the team. It's just the way in football they say like, okay, I've had enough of this thing. You're getting into relegation. I need to get out of this goddamn team. Because he's never gonna win anything here, right? He's never gonna win
Yeah.
anything. And now if he did not respect, DK as the captain, I don't think he's gonna respect Nitish Rana as the captain, right?
Oh
And
yeah,
these guys, the only
that's
person who
fair
was a
point.
good captain, they just like discarded them completely. Like didn't even talk to Ian Morgan. They could have bought him for a cheaper price, but they just completely discarded him. And after that, he was so demoralized. He just literally gave up all captaincies. Then he gave up all forms of cricket after that. Now he's sitting in the commentary box.
And to be fair, I mean, at least in commentary, they were trying to ask him about his time at KKR and talk about how he was captaining the side and how he was dealing with where Dreras should be batting and what about the other players. So he was very like chilled about it. I didn't see any bad blood in his like comments.
He's
So
Irish. They're always drunk.
So yeah, it's interesting because at least in the, I don't know what is it, commentary or it is hangouts, there is there is
Yeah,
Chris
hangouts.
Grail.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Ah.
Chris Gayle. He's very straightforward. I mean, he was actually saying even in the match when Rajapaksa got out and he was playing for PBKS previous year,
Yes,
previous to
yes,
previous.
yes.
So he did say that we actually tell him, Rajapaksa, that you have the talent, but you have not been performing regularly, and you need to do it. And when he got out at 54, he said that I would be, if I was the coach, I would talk to him and tell him that you shouldn't, you should take it even further. So I like that truthfulness and straightforwardness. So it was a good change in the commentary or whatever hangouts.
So at the end of the day, you're trying to tell me that KKR will come back eventually, win the tournament and all that shit, right? This is gonna be like the rags richest story. This is gonna be greater story than Leicester City winning in 15-16. This is gonna be the greatest upset. This is gonna be the India's 1983 World Cup. People like, no, you are shit. There's like no comeback from the grave, rises from their own ashes, the phoenix. Shah Rukh Khan will comes like, hey, hey, Chak de India. No, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. They're gonna finish 10th. It's gonna finish 10th. If they
They
finish
are
9th,
fairy tales.
celebrate. I'm telling you, celebrate. Like Everton celebrated for not getting relegated last season. They came 17th. They were celebrating like they won the fucking
No, at
Champions
least
League.
in at least in
Everything in World
EPL,
Cup.
at least in EPL, you have the there is this relegation battle that you have something to fight for, that you shouldn't get relegated. But in IPL, it's like there's nothing. Like if you come 10th, there's no.
Yeah, bro, once you pay like what 13,000 crores or something for a team, you can't get relegated. They're gonna have a heart attack. That's not a crazy amount of money these guys paid for this thing. All right,
Yeah.
so this is we'll leave it here. We'll just wait for the next match whenever they're playing. We'll see how that goes out for them. And I'm just checking it. PBKS is playing Rajasthan Royals, and Rajasthan Royals had a wonderful start. And by the way, KKR is playing RCB. If the RCB is going to be anything, even 70% of what they did today, it's
Oh
not going to be
yeah.
a good day at Eden Gardens, right? The Bengalis are not going to be happy. And it's in Guwahati. Is Punjab, it's like RR's, they're in Guwahati. Is that their ground?
No,
Guwahati.
I think
It's like any.
what BCCI is trying to do is spread matches to some centers as well, so that those centers also get couple of matches. So
But
yeah,
they're going to stick to Guwahati, right? Because they're going to stick to Guwahati now. That will be their home ground. Because that's what I'm seeing the trend that they're going to be playing at Guwahati.
oh,
That's
maybe
that's that's going to be, yeah, because they can't be moving this, otherwise they'll not have home advantage, right? If they keep moving, they need to at least stick to one place where the base
maybe
is.
the
So that's,
maybe the
yeah.
Jaipur pitch is not ready or something. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because now they're sticking on to it, and that's the way it is. So, well, good luck for them. Let's see if KKR can actually finish their dream run on seven. I think Mumbai will be happy that somebody's going to finish 10th for them instead of them this time. So, all right, this is Ian and this is Sam. Keep watching.